Ryan Hennessy here with Tim Krause, head coach of Nease High School. Tim, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Upcoming season just started. Media days today. First day of practice was yesterday for a lot of people. Upcoming season expectations? You going from last year, you've been in the program for a little bit now. So what do you see this year? Growing with the program?
Yeah, I mean, we're really excited. This is the first class of guys that have been with me, so that the guys that are seniors here don't know another football program. And I think we've really seen that change and that kind of growth. And practice has been really smooth the last year or two here. We kind of understand what's expected. I think all that stuff's kind of ingrained in what we want. And now it's just that. Now it comes down to execution and whether or not we're going to play really good football. But I think in all the other areas of the program, I think we've tightened up a lot and seen a lot of growth over the last couple of years, and just really excited to keep going.
We have a magazine that I've talked to a bunch of coaches, and I think it's really interesting. The thing that we ask every coach is the new playoff format.
Yeah.
It's very different for each individual school.
Sure.
Schools that didn't do too well kind of like it.
Yeah.
Schools that did well like it, and a lot don't like it because then they have to play harder schools or bump up in their district. How does it affect Nease?
I like it. I mean, I think it definitely gives you a chance. For one, it's an extra motivator for your kids, because in the past you've just tried to sell those district games. Now early on in the season, you better be on your game. I think it also really gives us a chance, because we do play a lot of really good in-county schools, to kind of get credit for that schedule-wise. We play, on our schedule, Ponte Vedra, they went really deep in the playoffs. The Bartram Trail went really deep in the playoffs. Not to mention that the teams in our district that are really good football teams too. I think that just kind of helps us and propels us a little bit, and hopefully improve our seeding, come playoff time.
Did you see yourself this year when you schedule games a little bit different? Did you do different things?
You have to think through it a little bit, and you have to make sure you give yourself a chance. And I think the big thing as you schedule is you've got to give yourself a chance that if you were to slip up in a district game, you can still get yourself in the playoffs. And I think that's where it's good. I think you've seen some of the teams that I know in our area are going to have a better chance of obviously improving their seeding, maybe where they would be, and getting a better draw. Which on our side too, the Panhandle is a really good, really tough part of our region. So. To be able to kind of maneuver yourself and hopefully place yourself in a position to be successful in the playoffs is big too.
We had your tight end going to LSU on. How is he as a leader going into his senior year, and kind of all the other guys that are coming back? Because when I played, I remember a guy would leave. It really hurt our program, but these new guys stepped up. And some of these new guys were better than the old guys in some ways. How are your guys coming in now, your senior year, stepping up?
Yeah, I mean, having Zach is great. Having Ashton Wood that's played since his sophomore year, Elijah Von Allman, the guys that are, our leadership guys have played since their sophomore year, and we're a part of a district championship team as sophomores. So, they know what's expected, they know what it takes to win, and are really good, obviously, at kind of bringing the kids along. I think that's the part that I've seen over the course of the last couple of years. The way our older guys treat our younger guys is so much better now than I think when I first got there, and it's put us in a position where those guys can improve faster and really maximize their potential. And obviously having a player of Zach's caliber is huge on the field, but also off the field, because the kids have a model. Those young guys, the freshmen, and know exactly who he is when they come in, or in all of them. So to see that he models that and is a great great worker in the weight room is just huge for our program.
I've always wondered, as a coach, for him, you had a talent there, but he plays both sides of the field. How do you, recruiting-wise, sell him as a tight end, let's say?
Yeah.
But then say, I want to help our team, but I want this kid to be good so he can go off after this. How do you do?
I mean, I don't think with a kid like that there's any salesmanship needed from a head coach. I mean, he's got exactly what people are looking for from a tight end position. That he's a really physical blocker, can stretch the field vertically, catches the ball really naturally. So I don't think there's anything that I said or did that made him a player that's going to LSU. His parents did that, and he's just such a talented kid. I think you have to find a way for him to be on the field. You have to find a way for him to help our team, and he's been great about that. I mean, I've coached enough Division I players that sometimes they maybe have a little trepidation about playing a position they're not going to get recruited for, and he's been all in for whatever we got to do, whether it's running down on kickoff team or. He's going to punt for us this year. He's going to play some defense, so we're going to wear him out.
Well, you don't sound like Ed Orgeron.
No, we're a little different. We're different people. Yeah.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
Absolutely.